everyone, welcome back. So we're going to start by cleansing the face using the Garnier Micellar water. This is super important as it's going to remove any oil or dirt on the skin before we apply our makeup. I'm going to start with the eyebrows, and firstly I start by just brushing the eyebrow hair up with a spoolie just to map out the shape of the brow really, and then I go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow powder in the shade Chocolate and just fill in any sparse areas of the eyebrows. To define the eyebrows, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Light, and I also bring that down onto the eyelid as well as an eyeshadow base. This is just going to help our eyeshadows last longer throughout the day and also cover up any discoloration on the eyelids. I just switched from a concealer brush to a concealer buffer brush to really work it into the skin. Then to help the eyeshadow blend easy, I'm going to set the lids using a translucent powder. Using the Huda Beauty Rose Gold palette, I'm going to pick up that shade Sandalwood and work this into the crease and the outer V of the eye as our transition shade. Using the same palette, I'm going to pick up the shade Henna, and I'm just going to go straight over the top of Sandalwood, really making sure that I blend out any harsh lines so it all blends in evenly and everything looks nice and seamless. Then picking up the shade Cocoa from the same palette, I'm going to focus this color on the outer corner of the eye and also the inner corner of the eye for a halo effect. I will leave a list of the brushes that I use down below because I'm not sure off the top of my head what I've used in this video. I did take the color up a little bit higher because she does have hooded eyes, and as you can see here, I do kind of blend the two outer corner and the inner corner together in the center, if that makes sense. Sometimes it's much easier to watch than to hear someone try and explain things, so that's what I'm going to let you guys do. But now I'm just going to go in with Henna and kind of just put that through the crease again just to give the eye a little bit more definition, and I just used a small blending brush to do so. And then I'm going to switch up brushes here again and just blend out any harsh lines. Now taking the shade Trust from the same palette on my finger, I'm just going to place this in the center of the eyes. I'm obsessed with these foiled shadows, guys. I've heard so many people complain about them, but I absolutely love them. Yes, you do have to apply it with your finger, but the payoff is amazing. Like, look at how reflected that is. I love it so much. So pretty. Then I just used a regular makeup wipe to remove any fallout underneath her eyes, and I also used it to clean up the sides of her eyes as well. To create a wing, I'm using the Maybelline gel liner in Blackest Black. This is one of my favorite gel liners of all time. It's really pigmented, it's easy to use, and it's also super cheap because it's from the drugstore as well, which is always 10 times better when makeup is cheaper. To highlight the brow bone and also the inner corners of the eyes, I'm using Soft and Gentle by MAC. This I've been using like constantly lately. I kind of went off it, now I'm back on it, and I don't know, I'm just obsessed with it again. For lashes, I use the Model Rock lashes in the number 212, I'm pretty sure, but I will leave it down below if anyone's wondering. For primer, I use Strobe Cream by MAC Cosmetics. This is an oldie but a goodie. I'm obsessed with this. I don't think I'll ever get over this. It just gives the skin so much hydration. It's beautiful on the skin, and I just love, love, love it. But yeah, I just used a foundation brush to apply that. And then for foundation, I'm using Studio Fix Foundation by MAC in the shade NC37. I just started out by applying it firstly with the same brush that I applied the primer, and then I just went in with my damp beauty blender and blended out the foundation. To highlight the face, I'm using the Fit Me Concealer again. This is in the shade Tan Light, I'm pretty sure. I just placed that down the center of her face and also underneath her eye area, and then again just went in with my damp beauty blender and started to buff out that concealer for a flawless finish. To set down the concealer, I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Light and just pressing that into the skin, making sure that I don't really swipe it around because we don't want to disturb the concealer underneath. We just want to press it into the skin lightly so that it's locked in and set for the day. To set the rest of the face, I just lightly dusted over the Australis Fresh and Flawless Pressed Powder in Darkest Brown. Then to finish the under eyes, I picked up the shade Henna from the same palette and just used a pencil brush to blend this from the outer corner of the eye to the inner corner of the lower lash line. Once again, dipping back into that same palette, I'm going to pick up the shade Cocoa and really just smudge this as closest to the lash line as I can because I just wanted that gradient, like that slight gradient of color underneath the eyes. And then I'm just going to apply some mascara to the lower lashes and also to the top lashes to help blend in the false lashes. To warm up the skin, I'm using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer and I'm just placing that anywhere the sun would naturally hit. So on the forehead, the cheekbones, the jawline and also down the center of her face. This is in the shade Medium Deep. It's slightly more cool toned, so it's perfect to contour as well. To clean up underneath the contour, I'm using the Australis Banana Powder and pretty much just dragging that from the top of her ear down to the corners of her mouth. For blush, I use Bliss by Makeupmejordyn and just place that on the apples of her cheek, blending it back to her contour. And then for highlighter, I use Soft and Gentle by MAC and place that on her cupid's bow, her nose and also the tops of her cheekbones. Then using Fix Plus by MAC Cosmetics, I'm just going to spritz the face to help bind all the makeup together. And then for lips, I'm using the lip liner Ruby Woo from MAC Cosmetics and just lining the lips. I also fill in the lips with this color because we are going to go over the top with Ruby Woo lipstick by MAC, and this just helps as a base. And yeah, it's just so much easier to do like bold lips this way. I feel as if it's easier anyway. Then to set all the makeup in place and to help it last longer throughout the day, I'm just spritzing the face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. So here we have the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like it if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!